Dear friends, I am Father Manthra and I warmly welcome you to Bodhini, the Neural Chapel, also known as BNC. Today, we continue our journey into the heart of Jesus' teaching on meditation, exploring a deeply relevant yet often overlooked question. Do we need a special place to pray or meditate? Is a church, a temple, or a monastery necessary for true communion with God? More importantly, what matters more? The place or our presence? Let's explore this together as we enter the second deconstruction in Jesus' teaching on prayer. Prayer is not location-based. In many religious traditions, the idea of a sacred location is central. We travel to temples, we kneel in cathedrals, we retreat into monasteries. These are beautiful acts of devotion. But Jesus teaches us to look deeper. Is it the place that makes prayer holy? Or is it the one who prays with presence, sincerity, and stillness? This question is not just theological, it is practical. Because many today feel disconnected from God unless they are in a holy place. But Jesus flips that thinking entirely. What did Jesus say? Let us turn to his words in Matthew chapter 6, verse 5 to 6. When you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by others. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full. Dear friends, here Jesus is not condemning sacred spaces. He taught in synagogues. He honored the temple. What he is dismantling is the misunderstanding that prayer becomes more powerful based on where we are or who is watching. Here, Jesus is not rejecting the temple. He is reclaiming the purpose of prayer. He is saying, it is not the building, but your being. Not the location, but the attention. Not the visibility, but the authenticity. When the temple becomes a stage, when the church becomes a performance hall, when the sacred is reduced to spectacle, prayer becomes noise, not communion. Even today, we see people move through sacred places out of habit, crossing themselves, lightening handles, bowing down, yet often unaware, distracted, or hurried. Let's be honest. We can sit in a silent chapel and still be far from stillness. We can enter a temple and still be lost in thought, because it is not the space that prays, it is the person. This is not criticism. it is compassion. Jesus is calling us to wake up to presence, to stop depending on walls and start cultivating awareness. Neuroscience supports this insight. When we pray, our prefrontal cortex, the seat of attention, must be engaged. If our limbic system, that is emotional brain, is flooded with stress, if our thoughts are in tomorrow or yesterday, then even the holiest places cannot carry our prayer. The neural pathway of prayer is not activated by architecture. It is activated by stillness, presence, and embodied attention. Jesus knew this intuitively and spiritually. He was inviting us beyond the performance into interiority. So let's ask again, who is praying? The place or the person? A synagogue cannot pray. A sacred location may be inspiring, but it does not love. It does not surrender. Only we do that. Dear friends, we are the altar. We are the incense. We are the temple. When our body is grounded, when our heart is open, then we have entered the true sanctuary, regardless of where we are. Let's reframe it. Sacred space is not a place. It is presence. So many of us wait for the right place to pray. But here is the truth. The right place will never make up for the wrong presence. We don't need to travel to find God. We need to return to ourselves. Jesus is asking us to stop outsourcing our prayer. Jesus is not asking us to abandon sacred buildings. He is asking us to stop outsourcing our prayer to them. He is saying, don't just go to a temple. Become the temple. Dear friends, Jesus is not interested in where we pray. Jesus is interested in who is praying. Are we present? Are we honest? Are we awake? The Father who sees in secret does not look at the building we are in. He looks at the awareness we bring. So, dear friends, let's stop asking, where should I pray? And begin asking, am I truly here? Because when we are truly present, God is already there. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me today. This is Father Manthra from Bodhini, the Neural Chapel, reminding you, let the prayer begin not from the temple around us, but from the stillness within us. If this teaching touched you, helped you, or opened new reflections, I invite you to subscribe to our channel. Comment below. Share your thoughts or questions. Connect with our community as we journey together into the heart of Christ-centered meditation. In our next lesson, we will explore the third deconstruction in Jesus' teaching. Prayer is not the heaping up of empty praises or noise. Until then, stay blessed, stay grounded, and let the prayer begin within. Thank you.